The mics are on and off we go. Hi guys, my name is Winnie.
My name is Ray.
Welcome to the World Spin Podcast, the home of Formula One content and everything motorsport. Welcome to our podcast. This is our first episode, and so happy to have you here. So we'll just get right into it. We said we're the home of F1 content. So what exactly is F1? F1 is, they call it the pinnacle of motorsport.
Yeah.
Do you think it's a pinnacle of motorsport?
It is the pinnacle
Pinnacle
of
of motorsport.
motorsport.
It is.
Yeah.
I feel like it's because there's so much tech and so much investment that goes into Formula One as well. So Formula One, Formula means there's a set of rules that they follow, and then one is like maybe the segmentation, because we have Formula One, we have Formula 2 and Formula 3. Yeah, and also other formulas. We actually learned of the new one, the super formula. Actually, yeah. So, but the whole arrangement of a Formula One is that there are different constructors. Constructors being like teams that build a car. Constructors include companies like Mercedes. There's Red Bull, Aston Martin. Is that a team? It's not a constructor. But like when they are like grading the like constructors, they do have a car, but maybe what's different is that they're powered by Mercedes.
Yeah.
So we have McLaren too. McLaren, Alpha Tauri is a constructor as well. But most of the teams, I think the names are, I think the name depending on maybe the brand that's really supporting them, because Red Bull is a Honda powered car.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like Red Bull is their whole umbrella under.
It's Red Bull Racing.
It's Red Bull Racing, yeah, true, for sure. Yeah, so the whole sport is currently, the grid is made up of 20 drivers. That means we have 10 constructors, and every constructor has like brings into the grid 2 cars and 2 drivers as well. Yeah, and they have like reserve drivers in case anything happens to their main drivers, and their reserve drivers to help them work on data on their cars as well. Yeah, so we're quite late into the season. We are going off this weekend, the 28th of May, to round, what round is it? Round 7. Yeah, we don't even know to say if it's round 7 or round 6, because the last we had
Imola was cancelled because
Yeah.
it rained. It was flooded. Like,
so bad. Sending our well wishes to the people of Emilia Romagna. So, they cancelled that one. So now we're going to Monaco, which I hope I would be like. I wish I was excited. I'd be like, we're going to Monaco. But yeah. So we're round. So round 7. Yeah, round 7. So the F1 calendar or the schedule is like, I think this year we have 23 rounds.
yeah, 23 races.
Yeah.
But round 6 didn't happen.
So we are 22. But this is Formula One. I feel like they will replace it with something. But I
feel like the schedule already is really, really packed.
It is.
Yeah, so
for sure.
I really don't think they're gonna move the race to another date.
Or-
It was cancelled. So
It wasn't even postponed?
Yeah, it wasn't postponed.
So it was cancelled. Oh yeah. That's sad. I really do love racing in Italy, right?
Yeah, I love the circuit. I love Imola.
You love Imola, yeah?
love Imola.
Yeah. And also the Imola cart. We have the cart that actually gets like a VIP pass into the paddock. They call it the Imola cart. It's actually so cute. You should see the photo on Instagram, on F1's Instagram, with the whole like VIP tag on its own. So cute. I would give anything to be that cart.
Yeah, people like Imola because it's Italy.
Oh, beautiful. It's a beautiful racing track as well.
Yeah, and it's basically near AlphaTauri's home ground. So
Oh yeah.
it was sad to see that it was cancelled.
Yeah, actually, I actually learned Sunoda is a driver on Alpha Tauri's team. He actually grew up in the area, the Emilia Romagna. So he was actually, I saw him, props to him. I saw him helping with the
That
clearing of
actually
the
went
water. Yeah.
to the ground to help with the situation.
Yeah, and I've actually seen drivers actually also like post like donation links to help the people of Emilia. So I mean, props to them, and it's so sad that we couldn't go racing there. But you know, the situation was actually very, you know, catastrophic for the people there. So yeah.
But now we're off to Monaco.
Woo! Yeah, I mean, I'm saying again, I wish I would be like celebrating it's Monaco. So I mean, it's Monaco. Monaco is beautiful. It is a beautiful place.
A beautiful place. The heritage of the track. That's a track that has been raced on for so long.
Many by the greatest. Like I mean, Ayrton Senna has raced there. He actually holds the record for 6 wins there.
6 wins.
Yeah, I mean, and he's like one of the goats of Formula One. So it's really like a legendary track. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's why they keep on adding it year in year out, because when it comes to racing per se, there's not so much action because the streets of Monaco, it's actually a street circuit.
Yeah.
So the streets are actually quite, is it narrow, and the corners are quite tight. So we don't see so much
racing. I wouldn't say like the streets are as narrow as you would think, but the cars are bigger now.
Oh yeah, because of the change of regs as well.
The cars are bigger, so there's not much space to overtake anyways.
True, and I mean, that's the whole aspect of Formula One. We want to see action on the track. You know, we keep on saying, you know, in Formula One, yes, the drivers are going in in endless circles, but they don't go in endless circles because it's actually a minimum distance that needs to be covered in a race weekend. I think the distance around 305 kilometers, if I'm not wrong. Around 305 kilometers, maybe. I'm pretty sure it's around that. So depending on the size of the track, that determines the number of laps they go around the track. And that racing happens on Sunday.
Yes.
So we have actually, like, I feel like a week, when we say like it's race weekend, when you see us posting like on Monday, it's race weekend, the race weekend commences on the Thursday, right? On Thursday, we have the drivers going to the media pens to give like interviews, and it's type.
I mean, I wish we were back in the days where they used to like live record them and you could actually see them. Nowadays they don't do that, so you'll just see maybe debriefs after, or like just recorded clips of the interviews. You can't go and find the actual interview.
Oh, like Kitambo, there used to be so much action like this. Oh yeah,
I feel they don't, but so yeah, it typically starts on Thursday with the
media, with the media responsibilities. Like, it's just to hype up the Grand Prix. Actually, like as you said, I mean, I like seeing the drivers live. Like on over the weekend, because there was no race, AlphaTauri did go.
Yeah.
AlphaTauri? No, it's not AlphaTauri. It's, which team is Gasly?
It's Alpine.
Yes. Alpine. So there's that tire. Alpine is also Alpine. Okay, is it French?
Yeah, it's French.
Okay. Is it French? Is it a French? Is it a French team because it has the French drivers?
No,
it's really a French team
with two
French drivers for sure. Yeah. So over the weekend they actually went live with ST. They call him ST Bestie. Yeah. That's Esteban Ocon and Gasly. They're actually on live. So actually it felt nice. Sometimes it's just good to connect. You know, you see them row, you're like, oh my god, yeah, they're really, like, it puts like some human touch to them, because sometimes, you know, people don't actually, you know, we idolize these people so much, we forget sometimes they're human. So it was nice to see them. They actually went live. It was such a good I have never stayed live fully for anything, but I stayed for that one. Like, I mean
but I mean the two drivers, they have so much character, so it's very
love them. I know, and the fact that they're also quite young, so I mean, they're also relatable to, but I also don't feel like age is, Lewis is relatable as well. I mean, at his age, he's 37, 38 38, yeah. So yeah, he's still quite, like, still very relatable. So as we said, so the weekend starts off on Thursday, and we wish we'd just get their live recorded like interviews. They were so much fun, as you said.
But I don't think they're gonna do that again. So
we're
just gonna get some few snippets of the actual recordings.
True.
The conferences. So there's the actual drivers conference, and then there's like the media pen,
or where they go like in like 4s or 2s. Those ones. But I kind of feel like sometimes, you know, when we don't get the whole like video or like the whole conversation. Sometimes some things are actually blown out of proportion and perspective as well. Because I can imagine this week the headlines are be coming out because of the news of Lewis moving to Ferrari. I mean, it's going to be crazy. How did we not name Ferrari as a constructor? I mean, it's one of the...
Yeah, it's... Everybody knows Ferrari.
Yeah, I mean, it is very Ferrari and maybe Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah, but Ferrari is the OG team, the OG
100.
Team.
Yeah, I kind of feel like everything else will fade, but I mean, Ferrari.
And they have a legacy. Ferrari have a legacy, and Michael Schumacher drive for them. So
yeah, Michael Schumacher drove for them. We had Sebastian. He had he did. I feel like his time at Ferrari was not like, you know. I mean, you can't compare it to his time at Red Bull. Yeah. So we have. I mean, yeah, Ferrari is definitely the OG. I mean, if you're a Ferrari fan, for the last few seasons, I know it's always... Last year we thought we had it. They had it actually.
Yeah.
Like the Tifosi were just sorry, man. Like you always think you have it, and then things happen.
It's very unfortunate, but yeah, I would love to see one of the Ferrari drivers as world champion.
100. I mean, and they have such a great lineup. Carlos is a great racer. Yeah. Charles as well. So I mean, it will be so beautiful to see them as, you know, champions one day. So on Fridays we have practice. So practice means that these people are trying to now see, you know, the rubber is meeting the road.
Yeah, they're just basically taking the car out to the track to just, like, essentially the name, to practice.
Yeah, to actually practice for the weekend. So that means they're doing race simulations, they're doing qualifying simulations.
You're trying to see what type of tire is the best for the track itself. And there are 3 practice sessions.
Yeah, they are. So on Friday, they're just true. So on Friday we have practice 1, FP1, which is 45 minutes. They cut it from 1 hour 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's an hour for practice.
Yeah, you know, in F2 they do, I think, 45 minutes. That's crazy. Anyway, like 1 hour, and I know it seems like long, but actually it was actually reduced. We used to do like 1 hour 30 minutes like a while back, and then now they do 1 hour 30 minutes. You know, they're just on track running different, you know, they're also trying to optimize their setups so that by the time we go to like a competitive now to try race, now they have like a good package in place.
Yeah, they're doing high fuel runs, low fuel runs.
Oh, for sure.
They're testing out different tires. So when you watch practice, you might not, really, if I can say, you might not exactly be able to tell exactly where the driver is.
For sure.
Because a driver is doing a practice run on hards, the other one is doing a practice run on mediums, and maybe they have different fuel loads. So it's like, what I can say is practice is not very representative.
It's not a representative session per se. Yeah.
Unless they're doing quali simulations.
That's when you can really know where.
Yeah, mostly in like free practice 2, they end with quali simulations.
True, and then I mean I do agree. And then, you know, when we talk of high fuel loads and low fuel loads, it's just the same. I mean, the heavier you are, the
slower you go.
Yeah, I mean the heavier the heavier the car, I mean the slower it will go. Like if it's loaded with less fuel, that means it's faster. And you know, like such components in Formula 1 again are very important. The weight, I mean, sometimes we even had someone, they were really trying to reduce the weight of the whole car. They even didn't paint it, so it was all like carbon fiber on the car. What team was that? They didn't have any paint on the car. Actually, I mean, I'll check it out. But weight is quite very, very important. You've said, you know, if you. Yeah, it was Williams. Yeah, was it during? No, is it this season or with Latifi? Okay, sorry.
I think it was last season.
Last season, was it? Oh yeah, but I feel like those are very, very important components of the Formula 1 car as well. Yeah. So we have FP1 where it's not very representative.
Yeah.
Sorry. Where it's not very, very, very representative. So you might actually find your team being...
You might see your team finish P1, P2, and you're like, this is the energy I'm going to carry on to the weekend.
Wow.
And then comes, you know, qualifying sessions.
And you're
I mean,
struggling to get into
yeah,
Q2.
so it's actually what I can say, I personally love watching free practice sessions.
Me too.
Yeah, I just love to see the drivers just go around and just try new things and whatever. And just hear the commentary. It's very interesting.
Very.
So yeah, we have free practice 1 and 2 on Fridays and free practice 3 on Saturdays. Usually it's how many hours before quali? Is it
Like 3, 4? Because sometimes it's in the morning, like at 11.
Yeah, but there's like
and
a stipulated time where practice has to
happen before.
Yeah, happen before qualifying.
I don't know where I'm going. I'm bending towards 3 hours because most of the time I feel like on races where we race in the afternoon, like at 2, kushikwa na quali at 2 p.m. Is it like 4 p.m.?
No, I think it's 3 hours before.
3 hours, yeah. I would also go with 3, but we'll just check later to make sure.
But yeah, we have that, and then we have qualifying on Saturday.
Yeah.
So what is quali? People ask me. I'm always ranting about I'm going to see qualifying.
Like, it doesn't matter where you are. Like, I need to go and watch qualifying.
Yeah, qualifying is just essentially the drivers trying to set their place on the grid for Sunday.
Trying to prove themselves now.
Yeah. So qualifying, we have 3 sessions.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
We have qualifying,
1,
2, and 3.
Yeah.
But when we start with Q3.
20, yeah, with Q3.
So we have 20 cars, and in the Q3 session, it's usually 15 minutes.
Yeah, 15 minutes.
Yeah, and all the cars go out. The 20 cars go out in Q3, and they eliminate the slowest 5. That's what I can say. Yeah, they eliminate the slowest 5.
True. Really, it's always 15. I always sometimes think it's 30. It's 15. 15 minutes. God, I think like the concept of time is really escaping me nowadays because I'm like, so many things are happening in Formula One as well. Yeah. There are always so many changes. I was confused. Okay, before you actually continue, like the time when we had like the first sprint race of the season, where was it? Azerbaijan? No, where was it? The other round we had sprint race, and then I remember I was actually trying to convince my friend like that's the format because they actually changed they changed the sprint race. So like sometimes I'm like, okay, I'm not very sure because sometimes you might try to keep up, but then you're like,
with the new regulations, I feel like they're trying more things to like bring the grid closer together. But
is it really working?
I don't know, that differs from person to person. Because I feel like as much as the timings are closer together,
it doesn't mean necessarily.
The new regulations just bring it's very difficult to overtake. Actually, you can
follow very closely,
but you can't overtake.
Then what's the essence of actually getting that close and then you can't even overtake?
Like the previous races, like the races, like starting from the season. You can find a DRS train from P10. Everybody is stuck behind in a DRS train.
Utter from P5 sometimes. Like you have P6, P7. It's fight for like 5th place. Then it's between all these people. Yeah, it's crazy. I feel like, it's something they need to look at eventually. I don't think anything on paper like is always 100% that it's going to work. Maybe like we do need to look at the regulations. Yes, we've bunched up the cars, but not even so much because I still feel like there's the delta between the fastest cars now. So like now we have a separation. We have the super fast, which happens to be Red Bull this season, and then we have the ones who are really trying to catch. That's Aston Martin and Mercedes. Sometimes so we have like that, the occasional Ferrari, and then we have the rest of the group. I feel like now we've actually like demarcated where if anything now we're even making racing actually quite harder.
But I think it's because when you're following a car that closely, you're in DRS. The chances are, you are getting dirty air from the car in front. So you don't want to be as close to the car in front because the dirty air is going to make you burn your tires faster. Definitely. But
also you don't want to be far that you're not taking advantage of because the DRS again also like hastens your speed.
But this season is very, very funny, if I can say that.
Funny. Wow, that's a very good word to describe the season so far.
For most tracks, they've added DRS zones, but
it's not
It's
not working.
We're not
It's
seeing-
not working.
we're not
We're seeing
seeing-
overtakes.
We're not seeing overtakes.
Yeah, but we've actually had several. I did see, but I actually don't even think he used DRS so much. Lewis in like where was it? In Miami.
Yeah.
Was it a DRS thing? It was just a tire thing. Like his tires. No, was it? I feel like it was more tire. I think he went longer.
Yeah, he went longer. He went for a longer first stint.
Yeah, and then fit in the tires later.
he put mediums on later.
It was medium.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. So I feel like true for sure. Like there's so many. Where was it? Like we have the longest straight at. Is it Azerbaijan? Well, that's why we have the longest straight of the season. But still, even on that long straight, the DRS is not powerful enough to actually like.
Yeah, it's powerful, but I feel like it's more powerful on the Red Bull.
The Red Bull, as we were saying, Red Bull is in a class of its own this
Yeah.
season. I mean, the Christian Horner didn't come to play, man.
Like Crofty said. It's like an F1 car against an
An
F2 car.
He did say that, and it's true because actually sometimes I'm like when you see Max, which is this race he started to P6, I'm on P9.
It was the last race he started P9.
That guy went on and well, did he win?
Yes, he went on to win. Went on to win the race.
And it wasn't even very hard. He caught that grid so quickly. Like he goes past that one person and the gap is already 5 seconds, and I'm like, that's insane. I mean, you can just move, like you just go grab like a snack. Like he's winning a Grand Prix. Like I loved he was P13 and now he's like P1. It's crazy.
Yeah, but I feel like now they're trying to bring more like changes to like tighten the grid up. Like Imola, they were supposed to try the new quali, how can I put
Set
it?
up like a new quali. Yeah, I did see.
They wanted to try the Q3. Everybody has to go on.
Hards. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I really do not like it. I kind of feel like they're trying to really change. I feel like the problem is not like the format of
it's not the format.
I mean, I just feel like they need to go to the key of really what's happening. Is it the regulations? Is it this season? To be honest, it's not very entertaining. Like in the sense that we're not seeing so many fights on track. I mean, it's round 7.
Yeah.
The whole.
The fight is not at the front. The fight is.
And what is the fun in that when we start a season, we already know who's going to win? That is not like, you remember how, Formula One, I know it's Liberty Media is trying to market Formula One so much, which is great.
Yeah.
But if we go back to like 2021, we had a fantastic run of competition at the front. And like at the back as well, not so much at the back, but like for P2, P3,
I
P4.
feel like 2021 was a good season, but
up until the end,
unpredictable. Because
I loved it.
You remember the race that George Russell finished in front of Lewis Hamilton in quali. Yes, it was, and George Russell was in a Williams van. So
I loved that season. It was amazing.
So there was
we need something like that, like a lot of things going on, where we're able to see the prowess of. For you to actually come into Formula One, that means you have to be like a very good driver. And so sometimes, we say in Formula One, it takes the machinery, the team as well, and the driver to actually win a championship and actually to drive seamlessly and drive greatly, like do great drives. So actually, I want like Formula One where agreed where the cars are actually almost at par. It can't be at par because we also have different geniuses developing different cars. Yeah. So 2021 was brilliant. The one race I remember in 2021 was Azerbaijan. The one I think Checo went on to win that race. I remember Max was leading the race and then his tire blew out. It was very early on in the season. His tire blew out. So I think the Lewis Hamilton fans or Mercedes fans were like, oh my God, this is our win now.
Yeah.
And then Lewis went on with the brake magic. Then he went off the track with I remember he just said, guys, this is a marathon, not a sprint. And then he goes off. This goes off. But it was good for Checo. I do love Checo. He's a great driver as well, and he rolls the streets. He's really good at the street circuits. He's the king of streets. Yeah, he is. He's actually very good at the streets.
Which is very interesting to see because Monaco is a street circuit.
So maybe so maybe he might bring us a bit of fight, maybe in terms of strategy, but which I feel like he won't win strategy wise because it's red. Red
But
Bull.
we have to wait and see, because I feel like Monaco, we just have to see the Ferrari. That's all I have to say.
We have to see the Ferrari
because the Ferrari is fast in qualifying.
Yeah, but then it comes to the race, they are really like there's a component missing for them to actually piece their race together, or piece the whole race together for them
like
to.
They still struggle with tire degradation.
Oh, they do, but I feel like that's everyone. I mean.
Yeah, but not as much as
they do. And then that's what I'm saying. Maybe they do need to get down to the nitty gritties of why their tires maybe are burning out faster than maybe the rest of the grid. Yeah. So
also I feel like they're kind of lacking in race pace. That's why you'll see the Ferrari will out qualify the Mercedes.
But then the race, but they also don't struggle very much, because I think I've seen like last time out Sainz like really comfortably. I mean, not comfortably, but relatively comfortably. He did finish ahead of them. Did he? He finished behind George?
Yeah, he finished behind George.
Okay, at least Lewis was not able to catch Carlos.
Yeah, but he came a pretty long way. I mean, he started P12. So
Who? Lewis?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, I mean, I feel like he was one of. I mean, sometimes you don't get so much airtime on like the broadcast of the F1, but I feel like he did do a good job.
Yeah,
I feel he did a good job. Who else? Pierre Gas. Oh yeah, Pierre also did he's a great French driver as well. So we do Q3. I think I love that we keep on getting lost in things. So the whole we are back to like the Formula One weekend.
We go to Q2 where now there are 15 cars left, and they eliminate now the five slowest cars.
So now in Q2 we have 15 cars.
Yeah.
And then they eliminate 5. Now we are left with 10 cars and 10 drivers.
10 cars go to basically it's the shootout for pole.
It's a shootout for pole, true, for sure. Like where now this is pole position is awarded to the guy who sets the fastest time on track.
Yeah.
And he will start at the front.
Yeah. Just basically, so they're basically just taking the cars out to try, and qualifying is very intense and people usually don't talk about it a lot.
I feel like it needs so much airtime. Do you need how much like commitment, not even commitment, and attention to detail? The teams, the people, the pit stops, they have to be quick, because again you want to also you need to warm up your tires. Like you go to the pits, of course the tires are covered in blankets. I saw they want to get rid of the tire.
Yeah, they want to get rid of the tire.
I feel like isn't that a bit dangerous for the cars? Sorry,
I don't know. But they're testing new tires, so we have to wait and see what happens. They've been testing new tires, so the tires apparently they don't need to be
warmed before going on track.
They can just be warmed on track.
So, that's interesting. Okay.
Formula One is very interesting because there's a lot of technology
that goes into
Formula One. There's a lot. They're constantly evolving.
I love it. Yeah, and the fact that they don't tire out.
Yeah, they're constantly evolving.
Trying to improving.
Yeah, they're trying to improve the quality of the race itself and the quality of the cars.
And the tech that goes into it as well.
Yeah,
I've seen them trying to also, switch out, in a bid to reduce the carbon footprint, the fuel. I mean, they're trying to do something about it, right? I did see, what's his name? Elon Musk?
Yeah, he went to the Miami Grand Prix.
Yeah, I mean, I did see him he was in the Red Bull garage. Yeah. So, I mean, I just love that we are constantly also trying to improve, like race in, year out as well. And also that Formula One is a lot. It takes a lot for you to actually win a race. There's people, you have your team, your home team, back at the factory, people who put in the car together.
Yeah, there's so much that goes into Formula One, especially I feel like the logistics teams, people don't really give as much credit to them, but these people do a lot of work because, if Imola wasn't cancelled, we would have had a triple header.
3 weekends, like you're running through.
Is
it in the same continent? It's Italy or it's Europe. Italy.
You're Monaco, Spain. You're switching between teams.
Do you know how
between
crazy?
countries.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's-
crazy.
Yeah.
For you to imagine, like, you won't say that maybe, oh my God, the front nose, like the front, we left it maybe at the airport or it was left at the factory.
You have to finish and pack up and move on to the next location.
DHL it and then it's sent. Actually, I feel like Formula One, the thing I love about it is that behind the scenes,
Yeah.
you know, when people see someone winning, and the thing I love, appreciate Lewis, he always thanks his team. I mean, it's a practice maybe other drivers do, but I see him doing it like a lot of times.
On his team radios, he thanks the team.
Thank you, the team back at
the
Breck,
factory.
Buckley. Like, I mean, there's people putting the car together.
Yeah.
Remember now there are other scientists. There's someone who's analyzing the fuel, like how is a car, you know,
Yeah.
combusting the fuel. There's a garage team, the people who are actually doing the pit stop.
Yeah, the mechanics.
The
who
mechanics.
make sure the car is fit and ready to go on the track.
Oh my, yeah, the catering team. Red Bull
exactly.
have them.
The catering team.
Yeah, I mean, there are people who are feeding these drivers, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's very important. I feel like they need that fuel, you know, they need to be fueled. Okay, I need to get out.
But-
but I think the one, I mean, catering department I want to go to is, I mean, of course, you know which one.
You know.
Red Bull.
Red Bull.
They
Yeah,
are the
I-
most
I- I-
expensive Red Bull catering.
I want to try the sandwiches. I mean,
All that money that goes into the catering.
so yeah, I
too.
definitely want to try the sandwiches.
Yeah.
But I feel like Monaco is this track extracts so much from the driver, because for you to go as fast as you can for qualifying, especially if you're fighting for pole, you have to literally, it's just inches between
you and the wall and the
Yeah,
barrier.
wall.
And we've
that we
seen
can see
Charles.
Charles
Charles
and Max.
goes so many times. I think Charles has completed a Grand Prix?
No, he
he
hasn't.
hasn't. It's his home race, but then Charles Leclerc he's a Monegasque.
Yeah.
He's from Monaco, and he's never completed a Grand Prix on his home ground.
It's very sad, because
Very sad.
everybody wants to see, if you are driving in your home race, everybody wants to see the
crowd come. You know, it's like coming home. You're home.
See you win.
True, for sure.
So everybody wants to see
And
Charles
for him,
win.
we've seen him on pole and never complete a race.
I
That's
mean,
crazy.
Charles is a fantastic
Ugh,
qualifier.
he is a fantastic qualifier. I
Like,
feel
he's quick. He's very, very quick.
and for sure. I mean, and I also enjoy his racecraft. He's good.
Yeah,
he's a good racer.
And you know, another person we see that with is Max. He will literally inch the wall because he's trying to get
Extract so much from the car and
Yeah.
like, I mean,
he will inch as much as he can.
He
you know,
will.
to get, and we know Max he goes all in. He's an aggressive driver.
he is an aggressive driver. But I mean, I wouldn't want to go into the cons of that being an aggressive driver as well. It's brilliant. I really can't wait to see what Monaco does. You know. And Mercedes is bringing the new upgrade, so we want to see how this run on the street circuit.
It's better to be cautiously optimistic.
No, I'm going to be all out optimistic. You know, I've already, the worst has happened already.
But
So what's the worst that can happen?
Can actually bring the car behind. I mean, you can actually get slower than what that was. But I mean, I'm happy.
It can get worse than the W14. Or can it? Can it get any lower?
I mean, I'm happy to see that they've decided not to commit to.
They shouldn't.
Something that is not working. So I love
and
that
it's
they're
actually
aggressive.
still early on in the season. I was like, don't give out. Don't give up. I still feel like it's Formula One. Anything can happen.
Yeah, but I was very eager to see them test,
Right.
you know, in
Imola, yeah.
But unfortunately, that's
We
not going to
couldn't,
happen.
yeah.
So,
Maybe in
but
Spain.
now they can't change it. Now this is the car that we're running with.
Yeah, I feel like I did read somewhere. I don't know how factual it is that the changes actually like.
Yeah, I also,
They can't say they will run the spec they had in Miami, in Monaco, so they have to run the one they were supposed to run at Imola. They have to run it in Monaco.
And it's so interesting to see because there's so much speculation over how the car is going to look now. And
I feel are they going to add pods or now like?
There's been rumors in the on Twitter that.
Now, Twitter is crazy.
That the Mercedes now has side pods, and most people are saying they copied or they used the Aston Martin kind of.
Did they use or maybe inspired?
They were inspired. They were inspired by the Aston Martin. But People aren't talking about Aston Martin as much. Aston Martin.
Oh my God, they are the gods of inspiration.
They have come so far.
Really, they have come from some.
I mean,
last season, they were the pink Mercedes. They were once the pink Mercedes.
Yeah, that was Racing Point.
And now they're the green red.
Aston Martin.
the green Red Bull.
But I mean, they've come so far from. I mean, it was 7th in the constructors. Now they are.
Second
in the constructors.
Oh my God, they're doing an amazing job, and I love that. I mean, their driver also pairing is actually like. I mean, at the start of the season, I was like, oh my God, this is really. You know, we have Alonso. Alonso is like a seasoned, great Formula One driver, and then we have.
He's the most experienced driver on the grid. Actually.
Oh yeah, he is by virtue of his age.
And he's been in Formula the
longest. Yeah, even we were celebrating his Grand Prix. Not celebrating, but I forgot.
He's 300.
Wow, that's a lot of time to have raced. That's a lot of experience. So actually, see, I think it was in Miami. He was like congratulating, saying, "Oh, nice move on Stroll," and I was like, I didn't even see that move. How did you see it? Like, he's in his car, he's driving. I feel like he sees everything. He's all knowing. He's always driving, trying to give his team on the team radio. He's trying to give them advice. Like, okay, this is what I want to do. This. I mean, it's brilliant to see him. I feel like he would make an excellent team principal. I know he's not going to retire anytime soon, but I feel like he would make an excellent team principal.
Yeah, but Aston Martin, they've come so far. I would lie if I said I'm not jealous of the gains that they have made just coming out from basically
mid team, like from a mid team to a top team now.
Yeah, I mean, Alonso has finished P3 so many times.
I know,
consecutively. He's just
out there, like,
and
extracting.
He had a faster car than what he's being offered. I mean,
he would give their bulls a run for their money. Yeah. And that's what we want. We have like, this grid is so nice. I feel like it's like there's a racecraft of so many like very brilliant drivers. You have, I will say Carlos. I love his driving as well. Yeah. I mean, he's a talented Spaniard, like very, very good on track. We have Charles, we have Russell, we have Lewis. I feel like if we gave them like very good machinery, that would make, I mean, a season of, I don't know, like, this is why you'll dream, you live, you sleep and dream Formula One. You're like, I can't wait for that Formula. Like let it come.
You know something about Formula One is if you have the right car, if you know where you can gain an advantage, then you're gonna go on to win multiple championships. And like we've seen with Red Bull, they understood the regulations.
Oh, they bested them. What is it? We call him Whitley? Like, who's their? And
they have Adrian Newey.
Oh, Adrian!
That guy is a genius.
You see him with his white hair, and I'm like,
I mean, he's made Red Bull the fastest car on the grid.
Yeah.
And when we say the fastest car, it
is a rocket.
It is a rocket ship.
Yeah, it's actually like as crafty as you like said earlier in the episode. It's like an F1 versus F2 car. To be honest,
the Red Bull is a rocket ship. That car is on certain tracks. It's reaching 350 kilometers per hour. You can imagine how fast it is in a straight line.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And I mean, the driver pairing for Red Bull, it's Max and Checo Perez, and
both
they're amazing drivers.
100. And I love that, they do seem to, I feel like they have like different racing.
Yeah, they have different racing styles, and I don't know if it's Max or Checo who prefers understeer,
and the other one prefers the oversteer. Yeah, it's interesting to actually watch it. And for them, I don't know if they're running the same like components on the car.
I feel
are they running the same machinery? But I want to believe they are, because Checo is actually having I think this is his best start of the season, a season, right? Yeah. If he had won Miami, he would have gone to actually lead the World Championship.
Yeah, but now they're not really far apart. They're like 14
I really want to see like more of that and see like where that goes.
Yeah. And I don't know, but like George Russell said, Red Bull is going to go on to win almost every race this season.
Yeah, that's heartbreaking.
Which is, okay, it's sad because we want like the 2021, 2020, where we saw drivers win races like out of the blues, where Pierre
Gasly in Monza. Yeah, beautiful race. I mean, I have never forgotten. He really did. I feel like that he that win was for all of us.
And the funny thing about Monza was nobody in the top teams per se was on the podium. We had Lance Stroll on the podium.
Sebastian, was it Vettel?
It was very interesting to see. It was Pierre and I think Lance Stroll, and was it
I think it was Seb.
No, it wasn't anyone on the top teams.
It wasn't Seb?
It wasn't anyone on the top teams on the podium. It was just
random. The mid team.
Such a random thing.
Yeah, but the thing I actually do remember from that win, I remember like Pierre sitting on that podium, like he was just seated there, he's holding his hand, and there was confetti. I remember it was that picture is ingrained in my head. That, as I say, that win was almost philosophical for all of us. It's actually nice to see that, you know, your hard work and also like sometimes elements do align for you to actually do something
to win.
Spectacular and win. I mean, you know, you're sometimes written out, but then, you know, elements align and you can actually get to do something. So it was a win. I'm so sure so many people were inspired from it, and I feel like he says he did, like, as I said, there was that live they had, and he was like, yeah, of course, I mean, Monza is one of his favorite tracks because that win really a win means so much for a driver.
If I could do something, I will make sure everybody on the grid wins.
Everyone would win a race.
But you know, that's not how life is. I would love to see people like Lando Norris winning the first race finally.
Oh yeah, he almost won that race.
He almost won.
Where was it? Was it? It wasn't Silverstone. It was that race where it rained. Yeah, it was Russia. Yeah.
Russia 2021.
Yeah, but okay. I'm not saying he refused to pit. Is the one who was told to come in? Lewis got in. And Max was also way far back out. He came out P2 or P3.
Yeah,
P2.
You know, the thing is, it rained, so
it changed a lot of things. I remember he preferred to just remain with the slicks. The others pitted to take the wets or the intermediates? Yeah. So and then Lewis came out and
you know, Lewis actually didn't want to pit.
Yeah, I remember he was actually like a bit hesitant about it. I feel like Lando was also. Everyone was a bit hesitant, and then now I think who took the first nose in, like who went into the pits? I mean, it was Lewis or something. Was it?
I can't really remember who went to the pits first, but
he do like I mean the Lando delaying actually cost him the win.
Yeah, cost him the win. It would have been nice to see
a Lando Norris win.
Yeah, but also I mean that was the race Lewis won his 100. So
we had really waited for that win for sure. Yeah.
So it was sad, but also bittersweet.
Yeah, for sure. So now we've already gone. We actually appreciate like all the aspects of Formula One coming together to actually participate in high adrenaline, like qualifying. We're saying it's 15 minutes, car in, car out. You need to, you know, be at your best, drive around very fast.
Qualifying is not exactly the driver sets the tone for the kind of pace that they will have, because we have seen races where the team lets the driver out either too early or too late, and just something happens. You know, if you send out your driver too late in qualifying and maybe someone crashes and gets a red flag, you know,
it's always a couple of like so many things could happen. So you need I love that in Akwanga it's just anything could happen. So you don't know if you delay, maybe you're trying to make sure the track is rubbered. You know, the more, you know, the track evolution, like the more rubber on the track, the better, you know, the more the speeds. So you could actually just wait out for that, and then someone crashes, right?
Qualifying is very, you don't know what will happen. You just
I just hope, but also it's like a lot.
Yeah, you don't know what's gonna happen, but you just have to hope for the best, because you can be giving your all on the track, and then you make a few mistakes and you go off the track and they delete your lap time.
Yeah, you already go over the limit. So so we have like quali now. We have done Q1, Q2, the Q3. That's the grid.
Yeah, they set the grid.
And then Sunday we go racing.
Yeah, we go racing. Depending on the track, we have different laps. I think Monaco is 78.
Yeah, it is 78 laps.
Yeah,
that's a lot, and I always like appreciate Formula One for that, because, you know, sitting on a seat 78 times, you know, it's always crazy because drivers sometimes are not even aware when they're finishing a race. I remember there's that, like the race that Lewis finished on 3 tires. It was Silverstone. He was like, "Is that it?" And then I'm like, "Shit." I mean, that was like also another like race I watched with my heart. Like in my throat, I'm like, "What are you saying? Is he going to be caught out in this whole, you know, shebang?" So we have, that's the whole format.
Yeah.
So we have quali on Saturday and Sunday they go racing. And we're going racing in Monaco this weekend.
Yeah, I'm excited to see. But you know, Monaco is a track where you can make so many errors.
Catastrophic errors.
Yeah, catastrophic errors. We saw last year in qualifying what happened with Checo.
And
Yeah, so we just have to wait and see.
Yeah, and that's the most interesting bit. And you know what? We'll be with you. We will watch the race, and then on Monday we'll drop an episode debunking everything that has happened over the weekend.
I hope it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, I hope we'll have more content for you guys.
I do hope it's going to be exciting because I'm really looking forward to see what Mercedes have to deliver.
Yeah, with the new package.
But if, you know, all things as they stand now, you know, it's a Red Bull 1-2.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's a Red Bull 1-2. Now, depending on which Red Bull driver is aggressive.
Yeah, but we know which one.
Yeah, then we're gonna see who's gonna win between Max and Checo. But I wouldn't count Checo out as the king of the
streets. So your money is on Checo?
I wouldn't say my money is on Checo, but I don't know. I do want him to win.
Let's have your real prediction. What do you think will happen? Like, give us your top 3.
My top 3 for the track. Max, Checo, and you know, Alonso.
Okay. I'll go more crazy because I have faith. I have decided to become delusionally optimistic with the Mercedes upgrades. So I'll go with Checo for P1. P2 I'll go for Hamilton. P3 I'll go for Charles.
Yeah, we just have to hope the gods of Monaco with Charles that day.
They do give us. Oh, I did say Charles. I'm almost like reverse jinxing him. I really do hope he gets to finish his own race. So thank you guys for actually tuning in. And we'll see you next time out on Monday.